What's up, guys? One Koala Man here, bringing you episode number 28 of our fairy tale reviews. And before we start, the little intro, I do have to say that there will be a mini update video on Tuesday, July, I want to say 14th. If it's correct, I'll leave it. If it's not, then there'll probably be like something saying it's not July 14th, it's July whatever. But it's going to be on the Tuesday in replace of the Attack on Titan review. It is in regards of the Attack on Titan reviews and the fairy tale reviews, so make sure you check that out. It is going to be next Tuesday pretty much. So, back to the intro. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to hit that like button down below. Be sure to answer the question of the day and follow me on Twitter, both which will be in the description down below. So be sure to give those a little bit of a check. And if you are new to the channel, subscribe to the channel. If you are new, be sure to subscribe, because I do welcome you with open arms. I love every single one of you, and I love every single new subscriber that subscribes to this channel. So thank you for all the love and support. And also be sure to share it to everybody you know. Share it to your brother, your sister, your mama's friends, your mama's boyfriend or husband, whatever. Share it to everybody you know that would enjoy this kind of review. And with all that said and done, let's get this mother underway. So we start this episode off where we left off last episode, and that is with the fight between Gajeel and Natsu. And this fight is really kind of reaching its climax, is about to end, and because Natsu, ate all that fire from the explosion that Sagittarius made from shooting the arrow. You already saw the last episode, so we already know what's going down. And Natsu gets this big, giant boost of energy. He starts going at it. Him and Gajeel are kinda evenly matched at first, and then Natsu gets the upper hand, and Natsu delivers one final blow. Well, like 50,000 final blows, because he keeps punching him rapid fire, and he just destroys Gajeel, and that is the end of the final fight between Natsu and Gajeel. And they fought so hard that the castle, the robot, is starting to tumble down because of the epic fight that just went down. And speaking of epic fights, we're going down to the lobby, to the main area of this robot, where Urza and Josei, I almost called him Jose, but where Urza and Josei are fighting, and they're kind of evenly matched. Josei's slightly getting the upper hand, because I'll remind you guys, Urza took the Jupiter Blast to her face. She took down Arya, and now she's fighting the Guild Master of Phantom Lord, who is also one of the 10 Wizard Saints. So Urza's got kind of a lot to deal with. Urza needs just a nice hot bath and some relaxation. But anyways, they're fighting. Josei's getting the upper hand, and like any good villain, what good villain doesn't talk smack or doesn't just talk at all? So he is talking smack about Fairy Tail, and turns out that he's actually doing this because he's kind of jealous of what Fairy Tail is, and how Phantom Lord and Fairy Tail are pretty much even, like, strength-wise, because they both have the 2 of the 10 Wizard Saints. They both have, equal amount, or roughly equal amount of guild members, and so he's just pretty much jealous. He claims that he's not jealous, but the man's jealous of Fairy Tail, because they and Phantom Lord are equals, pretty much. And so he wants to be the top dog. So he said, since he killed, well, he didn't really kill, since he finished off Makarov, but he doesn't know Makarov healed, so he's still talking smack about that. He's gonna kill off Urza. He's gonna kill off every single person in the guild except for Lucy. And turns out that Josei did get hired by Lucy's dad to pick up Lucy and drop her back off at his house and get, a pretty big reward, because he is one of the richest tycoons in all of the continent. So his plan, he finally shows his true motives of what he's going to do with Lucy, and he's saying that he's going to take Lucy and keep her prisoner until he sucks out the Hartfilia family fortune. And that is freaking bonkers, because they are one of the richest, like I just said, in all of the continent. So it's kind of like a ransom kind of thing. It's like a job turned ransom kind of thing. He wants all this money, and then he'll give back Lucy back to her father. And Urza's like, trapped in this, I don't know, some ghoul thing that Jose's got her trapped in, kind of forced to listen to him. And she's saying, no, I'd rather die before I give you Lucy. And I'd rather die before I have my guild, surrender to the likes of you. And so she, like, does some mental thing or whatever, and the sword behind her, because Jose knocked out her sword or whatever, and she picks up her sword with her mind, and the sword's, like, coming to her back, and then all of a sudden, like, this magic white light appears, and it just, kind of stops everything right in its tracks, and gets rid of Jose's ghoul that's wrapped around Urza, and actually gets rid of all the ghouls out of the castle that's attacking the guild. So this mysterious white light is most likely Makarov. So Makarov is finally in the building, and him and Jose start to go at it, and this fight is like a Michael Bay directed film. Like, there is explosions going off every single which way, and a lot of people don't like Michael Bay. I like Michael Bay because I like all the explosions and all that good stuff. But if you don't like him, more power to you. I just like him. I like the Transformers movies. But those are the Transformers movies. This is the fairy tale. But anyways, this fight is going down, and they're pretty much evenly matched because they are 2 of the 10 wizard saints. And so that means they are 2 of the 10 strongest wizards in all of this continent. So something's about to go down. And Makarov is standing on, like, this rock or whatever, and he's saying, look, Jose, I'll punish you like I punish all of my children, which is his fairy tale members. And I like how he refers to them as his children because he loves them. He genuinely loves them, not just like a business thing, like a boss and his crew members. He legitimately loves these people like his family. And so that is really freaking legit, in my opinion. But anyways, he's saying, okay, I'll give you to the count of 3 to kneel down before me, and we can walk away like nothing happened. And Jose's saying, are you serious, Makarov? No. That's not how it's gonna do. That's not how it's gonna go down. And all at the same time, Makarov's slowly counting, and Jose's ego is like Kanye West level. Okay? Like, his ego is so big. He doesn't want to kneel down. And so he's saying, I'm way more powerful than you, Makarov, so you should be kneeling down before me. And at the same time, Makarov hits number 3. And Makarov is charging up this like ball of light in his hand. And Jose is charging up his final attack. And so he freaking unleashes it all. And Makarov, like, opens his eyes, and they're, like, all golden. And he's like, he claps his hands together, and this big giant white light forms, and we know that it is called Fairy Law, which is also the episode name. And Urza explains that Fairy Law is one of the most powerful spells ever casted, and it vanquishes any sort of enemy that the caster deems as an enemy, like, so Makarov sees Jose as the enemy and sees all those ghouls as the enemy, so everything he sees as the enemy will go down, and everything went down. That's for dang sure. So this battle is finally over, and Makarov is victorious, and Fairy Tail is victorious, and also Jose is like he got turned all pale, and everything's like gray and white on him. His hair turned white, and he's just like, he doesn't know what to do. He's just scared out of his mind. So I have no idea what's going to happen with Jose in the future, but I'm pretty sure he's going to get kicked off the 10 Wizard Saints because of doing something so childish and something so evil. But that's the end of the Fairy Tail episode. Fairy Tail is victorious against the Phantom Lord Guild. Alright guys, you already know that I don't like to end off these episodes without a question of the day. And today's question for the day is, since we got introduced to 3 of the 10 Wizard Saints, we got introduced to Jose, Makarov, and Seagrain, which 2 would you want to see fight each other pretty much to the death. And we've already seen Makarov and Jose fight, and Makarov already, beat down Jose. So, this is pretty much a question, who would you want to see fight Seagrain? And I would really want to see Makarov fight Seagrain because Makarov is already a freaking beast as it is, and I don't know what the heck Seagrain can do because, I don't know, I feel like he's working something diabolic with whoever because Urza doesn't like, how this guy is. And so, I just want to see that happen. Please make it happen. So anyways, leave your comments down below in the comment section of which two of the 3 of the 10 Wizard Saints would you want to see fight. And I know we get introduced to the rest of them later in the series. I'm pretty sure. I don't remember actually, so don't quote me on that. But of the 3 that we've been introduced to, which 2 would you like to see fight to the death? Leave that down in the comment section below. And as always, guys, keep it cool.